This boy received 6 golden eggs every single day. Each egg was worth $100,000, and shockingly, these eggs were gifts that dropped straight from the sky. They were sent by a giant who lived high above the clouds. The boy's name was Jack. One day, he noticed the giant radish growing in his yard had mysteriously disappeared. He immediately started looking around for clues. Just then, a massive hand reached out from behind him. Jack spun around in shock. Standing before him was a giant, nearly 10 feet tall. Without hesitation, the giant picked Jack up with one hand. Jack turned pale, convinced he was about to be eaten, but to his surprise, the giant didn't hurt him. Turns out, the giant just wanted to return to the sky. And if Jack was willing to help, the giant promised to reward him with 6 golden eggs every day. Coming from a poor family, Jack agreed right away. But there was a problem. The giant was starving. So Jack secretly led him to the village kitchen. With great effort, he dragged out an enormous radish, nearly 800 pounds, and fed it to the giant. But before the giant could eat more than a few bites, rushed footsteps suddenly echoed outside. Jack quickly threw a cloth over the giant to hide him. It was Kelly, the infamous giant hunter. She had picked up a familiar scent in the air and began grilling Jack about whether he had seen any giants. Thinking fast, Jack lied and said he hadn't bathed in days, which was why he smelled so bad. Kelly gave him a skeptical look, then finally walked away. But Jack knew the giant couldn't stay in the village any longer, so he led him into the woods just outside town. There, the giant handed him a telescope and pointed toward the sky. Jack looked through it, and sure enough, floating high above was a massive castle. In that moment, he completely believed the giant's story, and he was now certain the golden eggs were real. To help the giant return home, Jack had to come up with a plan, fast. Back at home, while his mother was still asleep, he quietly snuck 3 gold coins from the cupboard. Then he slipped away to the village market and approached the most well-known magician in town. Jack asked how he could fly up into the sky. At first, the magician didn't take him seriously, brushed him off with a few vague answers, and tried to send him away. But the moment he spotted the coins in Jack's hand, his eyes lit up. He pulled out a piece of enchanted bread, claiming it could carry Jack into the sky. Jack immediately bought it, but as soon as he stepped out of the shop, he realized the whole village had erupted into chaos. News of the giant had spread. Terrified that it might eat people, the villagers were fleeing in panic. Right then, Kelly stepped forward. She declared she would handle the situation herself and personally hunt down the giant hiding just beyond the village. But was she really doing it to protect the town, or did she have something else in mind?